Good morning. We're back for another Saturday of Argyle Breakfast and very happy to have you here with us. Optimism, I think it's safe to say, is in the air a little bit for Argyle at the minute. Last weekend's win over Stockport County could well be the turning point that we need. And with a trip to Luton today, the Green Army are off on their travels with high hopes. That game, of course, is to come later on this afternoon, 3 p.m. kick-off. But as always, between now and then, over the course of the Argyle Breakfast Show, we've got lots to keep you entertained. So let's have a little look at what we've got coming up for you in the show. Former physio Paul Maxwell will join us after 11:30 a.m. He was at the club for more than 10 years and does an incredible amount of work for charity now. And we'll be diving into the man behind the whistle with assistant head coach Damon Lathrope. He's got an interesting tale to tell and we'll be hearing some of it shortly. So as you heard, a lot to get through this morning, plus plenty more that we haven't even covered yet. We'll also be having another attempt at Get the Badge In too, so do stay tuned for that at the end of the programme. And here to guide me through the morning, as always, is of course the hardest working member of the Argyle TV team, Aaron Cusack.
That is a valid statement, Erin.
Yeah.
Absolutely valid.
Good
morning.
Good morning. The analysis stuff that you've been putting out recently there's a lot goes into it, isn't there?
There's a lot going into it.
And a lot to analyse.
Yeah, there is a lot to analyse. And thankfully, last weekend, there was lots of more positive things to analyse. It's all good fun as always. We try to give the fans, the viewers, as much detail as we can. But Charlie and I enjoyed building the show.
Yeah.
Ably directed by Sam as well. But it's all good. It's all good. So hopefully Monday we can analyse another positive result.
Yeah, how was it being able to analyse a result like that 4-2 win that we saw last weekend?
Well, it's good because naturally we don't enjoy analysing the defeats, but we've got to be open and honest, and we try to be measured. When the team wins games, it's a lot easier, of course. What we tried to do is highlight ways in which they can improve and build on the wins. But I was really impressed in the way that we scored our goals last week. They were very much more direct from set plays. And if that's maybe a style that will help them secure points, then, long may it continue. Yeah,
and I think the amount of goals in that game, of course, wasn't ideal to concede that second goal right towards the end of the match, and of course the penalty as well. But I think for Argyle to be able to put 4 past the opposition when in recent weeks we haven't really seen much in that area at all, really did make a difference.
Absolutely, and against a good team as well. I said last week, outside of Birmingham and Wrexham, Stockport were the next best team in the division last season, and they've had an okay start as well, so it was a really decent win. And on another day, we could have scored 6 because we had a little period in the second half where it went 3-1. We had 3 or 4 really good chances. So I think that will give everyone confidence moving forward, hopefully.
Good morning, welcome back. You are watching Argyle Breakfast with me, Erin Black, this morning. And joining Aaron and I now in the studio is a journalist who has been reporting on Argyle for, dare I say it, nearly 50 years. Ross Reed was the youngest sports editor of the Western Morning News. He's worked for various different outlets during his career, and he's now the man behind South West and Plymouth Sports News, covering everything sports related in the South West. And he's here in the studio, as we mentioned, looking very comfortable. It's like you're right at home here.
Chilled. Yeah. Always chilled, Erin.
I know.
It's been a frantic morning, I must say.
Has it? Go on.
Getting here in the traffic was a bit... Wait. But yeah, no, all good. I was on hospital radio at 9.
Oh God, you're doing like the media rounds today.
Yeah. Rossi Reed on the media rounds. We love it, mate.
Amazing.
But yeah, got to be done. And so it was busy, isn't it? Match day.
I know.
Chaos. Absolute. Aaron knows me of old. It's literally in the Reed household this morning. It's just chaos.
But you must love it though, because otherwise.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
What is it about being part of, let's say, football in particular, being part of that kind of like press junket experience that captivated you?
I've never thought of myself as a press boy, really.
Yeah.
I guess I am, aren't I? It sounds a bit odd saying that after I've been like. I call this home from home park. Because I've got to say this carefully.
Okay, go on.
Very carefully. But I've been married twice, divorced twice, and home park is this one constant, the stable, the thing that I come back to again and again and again, and it's always there for me. It always has been. I've got mates here. I've seen players come and go. Love it.
Argyle is your love.
The worrying thing is, and fans would probably appreciate this, is obviously we've had bad times in those 45 seasons. I mean, I've been watching them since since 1967. But my hashtag is always Argyle, and it is always that. It's just so what I was going to say is, I get times where I phone up the kids and stuff and say, I say, oh, I don't know if I want to go today, and then my son Jim will say, yeah, you wait till you start packing and you shower, and I have the same routine before games and stuff, and I always shower up and stuff and get ready and suited and booted. And I just love it once I start walking to the ground. I used to live on Mutley Plain, so that was nice great. Yeah, I was going to say, what a lovely walk to the ground.
Especially when you see everyone else trickling in as well.
Best thing ever.
Yeah.
Seriously, are there many things in life, especially football, where you walk into a game and all the nobody can, I try explaining it to my girlfriend, to Sue, and I sort of say, she's not a big football fan. She's from Derby, so that you can understand why. No, nothing against Derby. No, great team. But I try explaining to her, but but it's just that. I literally, and I used to live on Hyde Park Road, and the moment I got out the door, you're like, as you say, you're walking to the ground, down through Barn Park.
I think it's the optimism as well of that time. Like, it's all well and good when you're leaving, and if you've won, fine. Yeah. But when you're actually going there and everything is yet to play for, even if the odds are stacked against you, and you're surrounded by like-minded people, you're like, maybe there's a little bit of magic in the air today.
That's the other thing, is that whatever fans say, and I'm still big on Twitter. I can't see another medium that's free. I don't bring politics into it at all. So, to me, Twitter's what I want to make it. So I'll promote, say, Aaron on there and some of his coaching stuff, or whatever. I obviously promote Argyle. And get on well with all the boys here and stuff, and the players, you follow them. But what I was going to say is, you just love that buzz you get from everything like that. It's the whole sort of thing, and just knowing that. Going back to my original point, sorry, I am like that. Going back to my original point is that, players come and go, managers come and go. Dare I say it? The board comes and goes, but the one constant is the fans. I'll come and go, I'll be gone, but there'll still be an Argyle, and there'll still be those fans coming here wearing green and white, and special feeling.
Welcome back to Argyle Breakfast. We're now into the second hour of the show, just gone 11:05 this morning. Don't forget, we're going to have all the build-up for you ahead of this afternoon's match. You can find that on Matchday Live, which will be live on YouTube from about 2:30 this afternoon. Match passes for the game itself can be found over on the website as well. That's pafc.co.uk. Now, though, right here in the studio, I'm pleased to say we are joined by the man behind both the Plymouth Boot Bank and Jumpers for Goalpost campaigns in the city. Luke Riggs is on the sofa next to Aaron. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you. That's right. Thanks for having me.
The Boot Bank.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So for people that don't know, let's go back to the very beginning. Was it the Boot Bank started it all, didn't it? What is the
the Boot Bank started about 5 years ago. So we used to take in. I noticed I'm a coach as well, so I noticed a lot of kids had badly conditioned boots and things. So. I started recycling my son's old boots, and then it went from there, really. Yeah. So we've kept on going, and we started it in the shed originally, and then we started taking in boots.
This is like the shed in your house.
Yeah, shed in the house. Yeah. So we started taking in boots, cleaning them up, and handing them out as well. So, and then it's gone from that to then we moved into the garage because my wife was getting fed up with boots everywhere. So we moved into the garage, and then which we took over. And then now we've got a pop-up shop down in the uniform store in the bottom of town as well.
Because I suppose for kids wanting to get into football, one of the barriers, I guess, is having football boots. Because if you can't afford them, or you can't afford to change them at the rate they may necessarily need to be changed with your feet growing, or holes coming in them and things like that, it can be quite preventative, can't it? So the recycling aspect is so important.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean we're giving out about 200 boots a month at the moment.
Wow.
So and kits as well. So we do
Yeah.
kits, shin pads, goalkeeping gloves, goalkeeping kit, anything football related. So.
When you say kits, as in like team, like DGM kits,
Well,
or just football
the
kit?
team kits, say Argyle kits, and say
Okay.
if it's an Argyle kit or Man United kit or something,
sure.
then we give them back out to the kids in the community. If it's a DJM kit, then we send them out to Gambia as well. So nothing gets wasted. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we've got a link with someone out there who sends
So,
it
and
to-
is this?
and they send photos back as well of
that's incredible.
kids
Like
out in
them
Gambia
wearing
with it.
Argyle
Yeah,
shirts
there's quite a lot from Drake and that one out there.
Yeah.
amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so is this something that people, like that it's like constantly a revolving door where somebody can go, oh yeah, my kid's grown out of his football boots, would you like to have them? And
That's right, yeah, almost like a swap shop then. So they
Yes.
pass them back again and
Okay.
go from there, yeah. So,
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh,
I mean, so you say it started, 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and it was just from your coaching.
that's it, yeah.
experience.
So then we take in boots now. So we've got blue boot bins that we got all over Plymouth. So we've got one, we've got some around like Folkestone Park, Manadon Hub. We've got loads of schools that we keep them at, churches, sports shops, everywhere. So yeah. So then we empty them.
I've seen them around.
Yeah,
That's it.
big
Dotted around,
big blue bins.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
some of
That's me and my son. Hasney is our ambassador. Obviously, he's moved to Singapore now.
Yeah.
But he's
Incredible.
Massive. Yeah, did loads for us. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he said he first started playing football because somebody had lent him a pair of football
Really?
cleats.
Let's do a bit of your analysis now.
Yeah,
then, but
of
we'll
course.
start with the opposition.
Yes.
And have a look at what we're up against now. A familiar name.
Yeah, I mean, we always pick 2 or 3 players, or 2 players from each, but let's just start with Luton as a team. Home record 1-2, lost 1. They lost at home to Cardiff, 1-0. And the games that they've won, 1-0 win, first game of the season against AFC Wimbledon, and a 1-0 win against Wigan.
Tight
So you can
margins.
see how tight the two games they've won by 1-0, and the game they've lost 1-0. So very tight game. So that perhaps provides evidence that the game is going to be tight. So that's what they've got to do, go up and stay in it. But they haven't got a plethora of goals scored as such. They've scored 8 goals in their 6 games, so it's not like they're scoring at a canter. But the first player we've gone with is actually a defender. Now, the reason why we've picked him is he's a former Argyle loanee, and Nigel Longbike. So whilst we haven't got any clips of him really, because he's not necessarily going to take a single-handed, performance that might win the game for Luton, I hope. But what he will want to do is play well against his former team.
Yes.
He's 22 years old. He's on loan from Wolves. They've just given him a new contract. So there's clearly something in there that Wolves like as a Premier League outfit, even though he's 22, 23. He's got qualities. I think if I remember vaguely of his time at Argyle, he got better. And he was quite versatile there, and he played anywhere along that back line. And I think when he got a run of games in under his belt, he became a bit more consistent.
Yep.
And I think fans perhaps appreciated his value when he left.
Yes.
Because sometimes when that player leaves,
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you go, actually, he was quite useful. So for me, I'm not saying he's one of their big hitters, so to speak, but he's a player that will show versatility along that back line. So I think he will, if he's given time, he is quite useful on the ball. I remember him being able to use the ball well. So Talai and co have got to not give him the time needed to settle in.
Okay, and who else have you picked?
The other one is an attacking player. Could have gone with a few, but I've gone for Las Nordas. Now, the reason I've gone for him is he's only got the 1 goal in the league. I think he's got a goal in the Virtue Trophy and an assist. But for me, it's his shots per game. So he's averaging nearly 4 shots per game, of which 2 of them are on target every game. So he's got the highest shots count for Luton this year.
Right.
So that's his goal in the league. But he's got qualities. He's Norwegian. He runs with the ball well. He carries. So he's going to be given the licence to shoot on sight, to try and get into the attacking area as often as he can. And if we allow him too much room, he will punish us. It's his 2nd season there. I think they paid $5 million for him. So they've paid a lot of money to bring him to the football club. They would have done their homework on the qualities that he brings. I just think he could be a danger that we need to just be mindful of.
Very, I think, two very good shouts.
Yeah, I
I'm
think so.
more excited for who you picked for Argyle, because based off of the back of last week,
Yeah.
I think we're in a nice place now talking about some of the players.
And we've gone attacking as well. And the first one I've gone with is Bradley Ibrahim. So Bradley, for me, people forget how young he is, Erin. And I heard someone say this week, Randall at 20 was on loan at Torquay.
Right.
And this lad is playing in our first team and doing well and starting to show his qualities. He got his goal last week, which was deserving. But I love the way he gets up the pitch. He's very athletic. He's very industrious. He likes to tackle, as we know. He's already on 4 bookings. But we're just starting to see the more elegant side of his game in these clips. The ability to recognise moments. Look at his movement off the ball there. That little receiving in the box. This was just after his goal. Nearly got his second goal of the game. When you can clearly see when he's got confidence that he shoots on sight, and I think given the licence, if he can settle into the game early and show his confidence early, could be a real integral player, especially away from home where you need those energetic performances to get up and down the pitch.
Yeah, because he's not afraid to get, in there, rile the opposition up and get in places that he needs to be in.
Absolutely.
And just looking back at that, some of those, almost assists there when, like you were saying before, the game could have been 6 goals to Argyle, and you remind yourself then of how close it was.
And he was integral, him and Boateng in particular, which last week there was a nice partnership between the two. But Ibrahim moving forward, hopefully he can, why not put another goal on the ball today?
He's certainly capable of it.
Absolutely.
And who else have you picked that is also capable?
Probably no surprise. I've gone with Lauren Talai again because he's 3 goals in 5 games now. He got his first league goal last week, and what a goal it was. I mean, I'm sure everyone affiliated with the club have seen it, but Route 1, but this touch here for me was the moment of the game, because that is a sensational touch and a real clinical finish. As soon as he touched that ball last week, he didn't look like he was going to miss.
Yeah.
It just looked effortless. And these were 2 goals in the Virtue Trophy a few days before the game against Stockport. So again, made one of his own accord, ran the last line. What a hit with that left foot. Yeah. Now he's settled in. He's already scored in the shootout at Swansea that we lost in the Carabao Cup. But for me, he's got 3 goals now. I appreciate 2 of them are in the Cup. But now he's got 3 goals in 2 games. He's settled in. We know what he's good at, what qualities he brings. I think going away from home, I don't think it'd be long, famous last words, before we see a Lauren Talai winner on the road, whether it's a 1-0 or a 2-1. So why not start today?
Well, we may be approaching the final leg of Argyle Breakfast this morning, but we've still got plenty of time to bring you our final guest this morning. Paul Maxwell was a former player and physio at Argyle for over 20 years. He's had a remarkable career in the game and now works in the city, raising awareness for mental health, which is something, as you know, we're really keen to talk about here on Argyle Breakfast. Last year, I can't even fathom this in my mind, completed a 50 half marathon challenge and joins us now to talk about it all. Paul, thanks for coming in. How are you?
Very well. Yeah, throat's a little bit sore, so it's I've lost my voice a little bit, which some would be happy about, but it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Thank you for eking it out to be able to talk to us.
I'll force it through. I don't like to talk, so it's
and looking very fetching in your bright pink. I think it complements the studio nicely.
Yeah. Keeping summer alive.
Yeah.
Keep summer alive.
His guns out. I feel a little bit like
move
over this way a bit more.
I think that bicep's the same size as your head.
I know.
I'll put an extra small on just because I'm on TV. So it's like,
so obviously you just mentioned then your 50 half marathon challenge. Talk to me about that. Why did you do it, and why so many?
Yeah, I've been quite open about it really. So the charities were Devon Mind and Live Well South West. It's 2 years now, so I'm trying to do a 10-year plan of raising money for it was different charities over the next 10 years. So it's actually we've just finished our 2nd year. The first year was 50 half marathons in 50 weeks. Actually, this last year has been 12 marathons, 12 half marathons. So that was our 2nd year. We included motor neurons disease in that. And I've been quite open with Live Well, really. Sort of my life changed dramatically about 8 years ago. And then I started studying neuroscience then to try and work out what was going on with the brain and how it works. And then 3 years ago I had a slight little blip, which I didn't think would happen, and decided to really sort of change my life a lot. And thought, right, running is incredible psychologically wise. takes a little bit of an impact on the injuries from over the years. But and got a group of people gradually. I think the second one in, the incredible Harry Potter, Ian Stonebridge. He joined me on the second one,
right.
And a couple of other guys, Tony Stimpson, they joined me, and it just built, and we created a little group. Change the Tape is what we call ourselves. That's kind of about how the brain is a video recorder, and our thoughts from sort of 0 to 7 years old dictate the rest of our lives, and you can't control these thoughts that come in every day, but you can change them, which is hard. It's easy to say, but so then I just decided on some challenges and thought, what can I do? And I thought, right, I was turning 50, and thought, yeah, I'm going to do 50 half marathons in 50 weeks. So we did that, completed that. We raised £12,000, and next week we go to the men's mental health ward in Lee Mill, and with their money we've created a garden hub for patients and staff, which has been amazing. We open it up, I think, next week or the week after, and the rest of the money went to Devon Mind, and we pushed through, I think it was about 117 sessions for, you know, people in vulnerable positions at this minute's time. Last year we did the 12 marathons, 12 half marathons, which was tough. I've just finished that, so I've had a month off, and year 3 is going to be coming up. I'm away with Sudan in the African nations from November till January. Fingers crossed it's sort of there, but you never know. So it may be put back to February, but we're going to be doing 100 half marathons in 50 weeks. So the charity from now on will be for Claire Chick, who passed away. So it's a nursing fund for domestic violence with nurses, and we'll also be sending 2 students away each year to a conference, European conference that went there. So it's kind of changed its route. The mental health side will obviously stay there, never mind. But that's going to be our push now over the next sort of 7 years, and we're just planning John O'Groats to Land's End for 2027. So it's good. It's been good. It's great for my mental health. It's the people that come along are just a fantastic group. We sort of have a little running group on a Wednesday and on a Sunday. And yeah, I mean, it's took off, and it's just creating awareness and giving people opportunity to come and, you know, do something different for an hour. You can walk a mile, you can run a mile. You know, people automatically think, oh, he's doing a half marathon or a marathon. It's not. People come and, as I say, they walk, they jog, they do whatever. There's always somebody to sort of tag along with, and I'll always sort of stay at the back anyway. So, you know, people are welcome to come. Yeah, it's been tough periods for me, you know, but I always say to people, we are the environment we surround ourselves with. You know, the people we're with reflect on us. That doesn't make other people bad people. It's just which path do you want to take? And the environment we're in obviously dictates where it was. And my environment at the time wasn't great, and that's where I decided to change what I do. And yeah, we've raised 15,000 so far, so it's been great.